Hello, baseball fans. King Icky Boo coming to you live from the underground bunker deep beneath Tuktoyaktuk, where we're going to do another game here today with the huge, massive replay. I don't know if this replay has been done ever before, playing through every game in the 1980s. And we are on game number 7869. And I'm going to try to do several things today. I'm going to try to do this video. I'm going to try to watch the Raptors in the big screen behind. So I could start yelling at the screen at any time. And also I have a splitting headache and I have to be up at 5 a.m. So this is going to be a unique video, I am sure. So we are going to play. I have to do this video because this is the last game of a 4-game series. It's a huge series between the Houston Astros and the St. Louis Cardinals. You'll see in a minute why it is a huge series. And it's game 4. If I don't do it now, it won't be done. It'll be over. But the Cardinals still are in first place in the National League East. I think at this time, in 1983, they had a record of, let's see, it's way horrible. It's terrible. 56-61. Yet here in the replay, they are, well, they were 68-49. Now they're 70-50. 70-50 when in real life they were 56-61. So they are massively outplaying the real Cardinals. And the 1982 Cardinals that won the World Series didn't do very well in the replay. But here in the 1983 Cardinals, who did, as you can see, they're doing horribly in the real 1983 season, are going gangbusters in the replay. But I did talk about in this recaps, if you look back at the recaps, I talk about consistency. I had a big, not a big rant on consistency, but I didn't plan to do this, but I thought of it. When the Cubs of 1982 in the replay just were going gangbusters and winning game after game that they probably shouldn't have won, and their bench they had a great bench. They had a good offense in 1982. They had a great bench. They had just dreadful starting pitching, and they had an incredible bullpen. And so, thankfully, the Cubs, Lee Elia, used his bullpen extensively. So I had lots of eligible relievers all year round. So I got through the 5 innings with the horrible starters, and I put that bullpen in, and they had lots of innings. I never went over. That's why I make sure I never go over in the replay with the relievers. And they just, one run game after one run game, and were incredible and won the National League East. And now the Cardinals are doing the exact same thing, and here I am belly aching, moaning, groaning, complaining, whining about the Cardinals, how well they're doing in this replay. David Green, I could say right here, David Green of all people, it just, having an MVP season where he's, George Hendrick in the first half of the season was just lights out, leading this team to win after win with big hit after big hit. And he's kind of tapered off a bit. He was batting like 370, now he's down to 330. But David Green has taken over. And David Green, these were his numbers in real life, 284, 325, 422, but he is batting 338, 365, and 530 in the replay, getting big hit after big hit. I use all the cards. I don't want to go on this huge rant, but he's used up all his cards. That's how many times he's been player of the game. And I have to go back to the first card, which is always the 1983 Topps. He's wrapped around his cards. He's been hero of the game so many times. And I've been nothing but nonstop complaining and whining to myself. I haven't done it much in the write-ups. I type it, I rant, and then I take it out because, I didn't want to look like a big whiner. But I talk about consistency because I didn't complain when the Cubs were winning game after game that they shouldn't have won. And here with the Cardinals, I'm complaining. That's not being consistent. And I make the argument that the world needs more consistency. Human beings need more consistency. This is one of the things that people don't even focus on, is consistency. And so, I'm trying to emulate that for you and not being a big whiner. I'm just going to change the channel. The Raptor game, having a little bit of problems on that. Oh, I got to change it. I know you're not seeing what I'm doing here, but I'm a little distracted. I'm a guy, right? I can't double, I can't multitask very well. But anyway, we'll just put that aside. So, rant over. Can't find there's the mouse. Yes, there it is. So, we will continue on the fourth game of this series between... Now, why the Houston Astros? Well, the Astros coming in were tied with the Atlanta Braves for first place. But Houston's lost 2 of the 3 games, so now they find themselves a half game back. And Montreal is going on finally. They're going on their winning streak, and the Phillies. So maybe these 2 teams can catch the Cardinals. I mean, they've been frustrating the whole replay, but now they're starting to play well. So it's getting pretty exciting. And maybe, the Cardinals are looking over their shoulder and they're seeing... the Expos and the Phillies coming. So, this is a huge series, but the Cardinals are responding. They've won 2 of the first 3 games. They lead the world in one-run games, as you can see over here on the one-run games. Oh, man. Everything always slows down when I record. But they have 25-14 in one-run games, leading the world in that category. Another whining and complaining there. But... they actually won Game 1 very handily, 7-2, thanks to Dane Orge with his 3 for 4 for 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and Joaquin Andujar, who was in the bullpen for the last 3 weeks, but they finally put him back in the starting rotation. He got his 10th win. In Game 2, Mike Madden versus Dave LaPointe. The Astros won that one 6-5. They got off to a 4-0 lead, and of course, it's predictable. The Cardinals, of course, come back. And then the Astros would get a run, and then the Cardinals would tie it. But they finally got that go-ahead run thanks to Dickie Thon. Oh, what he would have been if he didn't get hit in the face with Mike Torres' fastball in 1984. They were talking Hall of Fame. How many players did they talk Hall of Fame in his first season? Not too often, say, hey, let's give him a chance. But they talked Hall of Fame for Dickie Thon from the beginning. And he gets hit in the face, and he was basically blind in one eye, played 10 years in the major leagues with one eye, and still was a 10-year major leaguer. But what would he have been if he could actually see, Yeah, how great he would have been. When they first came in, it was Cal Ripken and Dickie Thon that came in the same time, and people were debating which shortstop was better. We know where one guy went to Hall of Fame, but Dickie Thon got hit in the face, and he never was the same. But he was the player of the game. In real life, he had 20 home runs in 1983 in the Astrodome, 20 home runs. And he's got 19 now with a month and a half to go, so he should overpass his real-life totals, thankfully, because this is the last great season we're going to see from Dickie Thon. And Ray Knight had a home run as well. He's eclipsed his real-life total as well. He has 10, in real life he had 9. So they won that game. And then in Game 3, Bob Knepper versus John Stuper. And Stuper has been pitching very well, way over his real-life numbers. And he got the win as the Cardinals won in their final at-bat. They came back. They were down 3-2 in the 8th inning. They scored 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th, and they won the game 4-3 for another one-run victory. And, of course, we talked about David Green already. He's been incredible. So now we have the 4th game. It's going to be Nolan Ryan versus the rookie Danny Cox in Game 4. And we're going to play this one for you here on YouTube today on the King Ikeboo channel. Let's bring the first, they're just half a game out of first place, the Houston Astro lineup. Leading off and playing second base, Billy Doran. Batting second, the Canadian from Melville, Saskatchewan, Terry Poole in right field. Batting third, the great shortstop, Dickie Thon. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Jose Cruz Sr., batting 5th. The first baseman, Ray Knight, batting 6th. The third baseman, Denny Walling, batting 7th. The center fielder, straight from the New York Yankees, where he was incredible all replay, but he's off to a slow start with the Astros, of course. He's only batting .242 with the Astros. Jerry Mumphrey. And batting 8th, I don't know why they're playing him the whole entire series, John Miserock at catcher. And batting 9th, one of your greatest pitchers of all time, Nolan Ryan. Here are the Cardinal lineup. Leading off, incredible, the batting champion so far in the National League, Lonnie Smith in left field. Batting 2nd, the center fielder, Willie McGee. Batting 3rd, the third baseman of all positions, Andy Van Slyke. Batting 4th, the first baseman, George Hendrick. Batting 5th, the right fielder, Dane Orge, player of the game in Game 1 of this series. Batting 6th, the catcher, Darrell Porter. Batting 7th, the second baseman, Keith Oberkfell. Ken Oberkfell. I should know this. I only played with him like 1,000 times in this replay. And batting 8th, the shortstop Mike Ramsey for the Ozzie Smith getting the day off. And batting 9th, the starting pitcher, the rookie, Danny Cox. So let's get this one underway. Billy Doran batting .263, 7 homers, 45 RBIs. And he gets a possible error, and no error, he's out. Here's Terry Poole batting .316. Very good season for Terry Poole. In fact, he had 4 homers in a game. He has 8 in the season throughout 4.5 months, but he had 4 of these home runs in one game back in May or June. I forget. I should have looked, but I didn't plan on talking about this. But anyway, 8 home runs, 50 RBIs for Terry Poole, and he grounds out. And here's Dickie Thon. Needs 1 homer to match his 20 home runs that he had in real life, batting .292. 19 homers and 76 RBIs. One of the main reasons why the Astros are half a game out of first place. And he got a strike, he gets another roll, and he gets a base hit. Now, he doesn't have a very good... with 2 out, we're going to take a chance. He steals it! So he's in scoring position now for Cruz, who's batting .331 with 16 homers and 68 RBIs. And it's the 4th quarter now, and the Raptors are up by 9 points. You know, there's going to be a big push. Oh, he missed a 3-pointer. Here we go, Jose Cruz, and it's a ground out to end the inning. And now we're going to take the screenshot for Nolan Ryan to put in the write-up. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay, so we're going to go. Nolan Ryan, 9-8, 320. He started off dreadfully, but he's pitching very well lately. So he's, in August, he's 1.86 ERA. He's 3-1. So you can see in May and June, he was dreadful. July, he started picking it up, 3-2, 284. But he's been great here in August. So let's hope he keeps it up here today. Well, facing the great Lonnie Smith, 366, 2 homers, 43 RBIs. Always on base. Always scoring runs. Always getting on in front of Van Slyke, Hendrick, and Green has the day off today. But he is eligible to pinch hit. And he flies out. Willie McGee fouls out. Andy Van Slyke. The day that Keith Hernandez was traded, they brought up Andy Van Slyke. He's batting .288 with 4 homers and 30 RBIs so far with a good slash numbers. And he's on with a base hit. He's going to try to steal, and he gets caught. Caught stealing Andy Van Slyke to end the inning. Here's Ray Knight. He's got a lot of RBIs. He's driven a lot of runs. .298 average, 10 homers, 89 RBIs. No opportunity to drive in one today because there's nobody on. He's leading off the inning, but he reaches on an error by, Andy Van Slyke, who's playing third, gives up the error. That's why he wasn't a third baseman. He's not going to try to steal. There's no point. Denny Walling getting a rare start. He's batting .190. In real life, he was great. 364 on base, 444 slugging, but in the replay's been horrible. Hopefully he picks it up. He still has 80 plate appearances left, so hopefully he picks it up if the Astros want to continue on their pennant push. They're going to need him. Here's Walling. Gets a base hit, so maybe YouTube is good for him. I'm going to put the brakes on Knight. He's slow. Jerry Mumphrey. You can see what he's done mostly with the Yankees. He's been a killer in this replay, but he's slowing down, like I said, with the Astros, which is, you come to expect that. Here comes the roll, and he doesn't do anything here. It is a fly out to right. Miserock. I don't know how many catchers the Astros used in 1983. Alan Ashby. He must be hurt or something because they're not playing him. And he's by far their best catcher. They also had Pujols. They have who else is a catcher on this team? Pujols. No, look at that. There's no other catchers. Well, they must have traded him away. I don't know. We prefer when Ashby plays. Anyway, here we go. 2 men on, 1 out. Put the brakes on Knight again. Let Walling run if he has a chance. Here's Miserock. Double play ball, inning over. Here's Hendrick to 335, 15 homers, 82 RBIs. And like I said, I think halfway through the year he was like 370 with 60. He led the National League in RBIs at the All-Star break, if I remember right. But he's been calming down, cooling off lately. Yeah, so you can see here he was just blasted and he hit the All-Star break and his RBI total has gone down. But David Green has taken over. And he fouls out. Dane Orge playing very well. 294. Cardinals didn't hit a lot of home runs, in the in the 80s. So it's all about the RBIs and the slash numbers for the Cardinals doing very well. Dane Orge grounds out. And here's Darryl Porter. 7 homers, 44 RBIs, batting 265 with good slash numbers. And he's popped out. So here's Ryan. He's had some big hits this season. Never was a great hitter, but he's not bad. 182, way above his real life. His on base was .99 for the entire season, so he's hitting pretty well. And he reaches on an error there. He rolls a double fours. So he's on. He's also a fast runner. Well, it doesn't mean he's quick. He just means when he got on base, he scored a lot of runs. Here's Bill Doran. He's 0 for 1, and that's not good. 1-4 is never a good roll. And he flies out. Terry Poole, he's 0 for 1. A lot of guys get on base with a 6-3. That's a lot of walks, but not Poole. He flies out. Here's Thon. Gets a base hit. Too bad nobody was in scoring position. This time he will not try to steal as there's a man on third. Raptors up by 13. Fourth quarter, 8:42 left. Jose Cruz, he strikes out. Bottom of the third, Ryan. Been pitching pretty well so far. Doesn't have any strikeouts, though. He has 123 strikeouts and 148. It's Mario Soto who's leading the world in strikeouts in this 1983 replay. And here's Oberkfell. He gets the double ones. 62, that's going to be a double. Oberkfell on with nobody out. Here's Mike Ramsey. And he fielder's choice. They get him out at third, batter to first. He's going to try to steal, does not steal. So good play by the Astros there. There's Danny Cox. He's going toe-to-toe with Nolan Ryan and holding his own. Here's the bunt. And he hits into a pop-out double play. Inning over. So through 3 innings, it's 0-0. Here's Ray Knight. And he gives up a single. Cox is already in the D grade. He has to stay in until he gives up a run. That's King Ikeboo rules. He's a masochist. Knight's on first. He's a slow runner. Danny Walling is up. It's double ones. What can he do with this? 32. That is a single, of course. And he gets first to third. Most of the time in double rolls, you get doubles at least, but not in this case. Anyway, first and third, Jerry Mumphrey. Come on, do something, Mumphrey. He's got a slow runner at third, fast runner at first. Here's the roll, 1-3. It's a walk, bases loaded, nobody out, but of course, Miserock and Ryan are up next. So it's up to you, Miserock. Here's the pitch. Hits into a fielder's choice. The run scores. Runner to third. And the guy at second is out. So I guess, gets on the board. So it's not, we can't complain. Could have been worse. Here's Ryan. He has a chance to improve on his 6 RBIs of the season. And he rolls a 5-6, which is not a good roll. And will he get an RBI? No, a pop out to first baseman. So it's up to Doran. Doran is underperforming, as you can see. And he gets the 2-3. So they get out of bases loaded, nobody out with only 1 run. Here is Lonnie Smith. Strikeout. Willie McGee. Strikeout. Nolan Ryan's got his first 2 strikeouts of the game. And he's starting to roll, hopefully. Here's Andy Van Slyke. Grounds out to short. So after 4, it's 1-0 Astros. Here's Terry Poole, 0 for 2. Ground out to the pitcher, Dickie Thon, 2 for 2. Got the big build-up. And he's very rare. Usually when I give a guy a big build-up, he stinks, but not Dickie Thon. That's how good he was. But this time he grounds out. Here's Jose Cruz Sr. And he's going to be out. So 1-2-3, go the Astros in the 5th. 4.5, 1-0 Astros. Here's Hendrick. He's 1 for 2. And he flies out to right. Dane Orge. Strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for Ryan. Here's Darryl Porter. Fly out. And that was taken away because that was an 8. That usually is a hit. But Nolan Ryan took the hit away. Plucked it from his grasp. We're in the top of the 6th. Here's Ray Knight. He's 1 for 2. He reached on an error. You can see here in this newest Skeetersoft version here, they have, when you have a run score, they give you a little check mark here. It's kind of cool. Also, they have transactions you put in here. You can put them in yourself. I did that for the rest of the season. So, because of what happens, the game catches all the transactions if the guy's in the starting lineup or the starting pitcher, but if a guy's in a bullpen or he's just on the bench, it doesn't catch it. And sometimes I would go to the bullpen and look for a reliever and it'd say, oh yeah, this guy's available, but the game didn't move him over, but now it happens. So that's a really good update here. And you can see when you get a home run, when you drive in runs, you get asterisks. So hopefully we'll see that coming up. So Danny Cox is eligible to come out of the game. However, when you look, they used up all the relievers going for all their wins, and they only have Bruce Sutter available. He's their closer, and he only has 25 innings left, so you can't just use him for 5 innings. So Danny Cox has got to go a little bit longer. He's not, he doesn't have the W and the N and the M and the L, so he just has the D, which is very neutral. He does give up more hits than normal, but he doesn't give up home runs or walks, so he's okay to keep in the game a little bit longer. Here's Ray Knight. He strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Cox. Here's Denny Walling. Cox is doing very well. He flies out to left, and Mumphrey flies out. So after 5.5, it's still 1-0. The Cardinals hanging around. They're going to come back and get 2 runs or 3 runs in some inning here. Here's Ryan versus Ken Oberkfell, not Keith Oberkfell. And he flies out. Ramsey. So here, should we pull him now? He's up to bat. There's 2 out, and that means Sutter would have to pitch 3 innings minimum. He's only got 25 left. But you're gonna, I always play it safe. I always, use the pitcher. I don't like leaving in Cardinal relievers long time. Because then someone might say, hey, you're showing favoritism. You're leaving a D pitcher in forever and letting the other team come back. But we're gonna pinch hit. Pinch hit. Let's see who's eligible for the pinch hit. Danny Green. I got basketball in the brain. Green is available, of course. So he's coming in. They're a great hot hitter. And here he is. Green coming in to pinch hit. He might stay in the ball game for Dane Orge, too. He's a much better fielder. And he's really hot. You can see what he's doing here in August. Last 10 games batting 400. In August, he's batting 368. He's batted over 300 every month except for the first month. And now, like I said, in the second half, he's become pretty much a starter. Again, well, he hasn't hit many home runs. How hot can he be? This is the Cardinals. They don't hit home runs. They put hits together. They steal bases. They play like, dead ball. They were a dead ball team in the 1980s. And to a lot of success. So here's Green batting .338. 10 homers, 59 RBIs, carrying the team. Here he goes, and he gets on, of course, with a single. And he gets thrown out a lot. But with 2 out, you can take a chance. And he has a lot of base stealing here. And he steals the base. So he's in scoring position for Lonnie Smith. So the tying run will probably be scored here. No, he flies out. Ends the inning after 6, 1-0 Astros. So Green, like we said, we keep him in. Might as well keep him in the ball game. He'll stay in, and the only pitcher they've got, this is the last pitcher they've got available. Don't say you should bring in somebody. Suter's pitched 17 innings. No, well, he's the last pitcher available. Nobody else. So Suter comes in. He's going to bat 4th. Okay, here's Mizorok. And Suter's 4-5, 267. He leads the world in saves because they've been in so many one-run games. He has 39 saves and only 3 blown saves. He's like one of the main MVPs of the Cardinals here in 1983. But now he's going to have to pitch at least 3 innings. And if it goes extra innings, he's the man. He's got to go all the way. Mizorok. He's miserable. He walks, though. Here's Ryan. He's going to bunt. And the bunt is a fielder's choice. So Ryan is on, but he's an F. If he can get a couple hits, he can score. Here's Billy Doran. 0 for 3. Strikeout. Here's Terry Poole. Base hit. Ryan with his speed goes to 3rd. We're not going to steal. Brings up Dickie Thon. 2 for 3. 2 men on. This is not Mizorok up. This is not Nolan Ryan up. This is Dickie Thon. He's 2 for 3. Let's see if he can get the big hit. Although he's got the amazing Suter with his Z, Y, and C up to prevent the hit. See, look at that. He took it away. 5-5 should be a hit. But Suter keeps it to a 1-run game with amazing pitching and gets out of it. So after 6.5, it's 1-0 Houston. Nolan Ryan still at a B grade. Here's Willie McGee. Grounds out. Van Slyke. Flies out. Hendrick. Grounds out. 1, 2, 3. Go the Cardinals. We're in the 8th inning. It's still 1-0. Can they hold on? Remember that Ryan has to stay in the game until he gives up a run. Here's Cruz. They need some insurance. 2-6. Ground out. Ray Knight. Pop out. Walling. Oh, double ones. But he'd probably roll a single. Okay, is there any home runs on here? 66 is a home run. 55. 44. So basically doubles. 33, 22, and 11. Anything else? Yeah, 25 is a home run. 15 is a home run. So let's hope for doubles or 15 or 25. Here's the roll. 15. 15. Denny Walling hits it out. And Suter is down to a D grade. 2-0 Astros. 2-0. Can they hang on? That's all they've got. No, he can't. Well, he's tired now. Too bad. They can't bring anybody in. They've used up all their pitchers. Here's Jerry Mumphrey. Even against the tired pitcher, Mumphrey won't get anything. Oh, he gets a single. He's trying to steal. Nope. He doesn't get the jump. Here's Mizorok, of course. And he grounds out to end the inning. And Ryan is now tired. So he's going to have to... Sometimes you want to give up one run so you can bring in a reliever. You know, because what you don't want to do is start walking people, which he has the W. He hasn't walked anybody today, and I'm probably jinxed him. But he's got that horrible W. That's a... I debate back and forth whether it's worse to have the W because the walk comes in so many times, or that L, M, and N. Yes, I'm trying to watch the screen behind me here, the big screen, and I'm trying to do a video. Double task, dual task, multitask, that's what they call it. I'm a guy and I can't do it very well. The Raptors are up by 12. Okay, here's Bruce Sutter, and he's got a bat for himself too. That's another thing when you have no relief support. He's got a bat for himself. And he gets double one, so he gets on. He's an S runner, but he gets double one, so that's about the only thing he probably could roll to get on base. Here's Porter. Now they got men on. They got Green coming up. It's tense, folks. Here's Porter. 2-3, fielder's choice. So now they took the slow runner off, and they brought in a base runner at least now. Oh, he's also a slow runner, Porter, because he's a catcher. Here's Oberkfell. He's 1 for 2. He's doubled and flew to right field. Here's the pitch from Ryan. 6-3. It's a fly out to center. 2 out. Let's hope we don't get the Green, because if there's men on and Green comes up, you know he's going to hit something into the gap. Here's Ramsey. And he walks. 2 men on now. 2 men on for David Green. He's batting .340 when in real life he batted .285. This game loves David Green. Here's the roll. Another walk. Bases loaded for Lonnie Smith. I can't pull him. See, base on balls fills the bases. Oh, man. Oh, man. Here's the roll from Lonnie Smith. And he strikes him out. Ryan finds something in reserve and strikes out Lonnie Smith to end the inning. So we go to the top of the 9th. It's 2-0 Astros. And Ryan has to bat for himself because he hasn't given up a run yet. So he's got up the bat here. He's 0 for 3, but he's reached on an error. Strikes out. Sutter's on fumes as well. Here's Billy Doran. He gets on with a base hit. No steal. Doesn't get the jump. Here's Terry Poole. He is 1 for 4. And he strikes out. Sutter struck out 57 in 67 innings. Here's Dickie Thon again with a man on, 2 out. And he flies out to center. No insurance. And Ryan has to stay in there. DePino is warmed up. He's ready to go. But he can't use him. He can't bring him in because he hasn't given up a run. He's trying to go for the shutout. Does he have any shutouts this season? He doesn't have... When you have a Q3, you don't usually get a lot of complete games. Let's see, with this slow molasses. Man, it really taxed my little system on my laptop here. Anyway, Ryan has 1 shutout. That's all we wanted to find out. He's going for number 2. He's got to face the heart of the lineup. McGee, Van Slyke, and Hendrick. Here's Willie McGee. He's 0 for 3. Strikes out. Strikeout number 6 for Ryan. Here's Vandy Van Slyke. He's 1 for 3. He reached on a single, but he was caught stealing. Here's the pitch. Double 3. Okay, so here's a case. I wouldn't be too upset if he hits a home run, because then I can bring in DePino and, with nobody on. But if there's somebody on, if it's a double or triple, then you got to pitch to Hendrick with a tired pitcher. See, there's method to my madness here. Here's the roll. What's he going to roll? 43. It's not a home run. It's a double. Exactly what we didn't want. Van Slyke with his F is on second base in scoring position for George Hendrick. Here's the pitch. 1-3. That is a walk. Now here you got Sutter on, though. So I should have walked him anyway. I should have intentionally walked him, maybe. So what's Sutter going to do? He's had a hit because he's rolled double ones. There are some hits on here, so you might as well swing away. 3-6, that is a possible error. No error. But now we got 2 men on for Daryl Porter. Here we go, nail bite time. A double will tie this game. They got 2 men on. Here's the roll. 6-1. Game over. Nolan Ryan pitches a complete game shutout. 5-hitter. He finds reserves that he never thought he had because he doesn't have a lot of endurance this season. But he gets the win. Big win for him. So the final score, Houston 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 10 men left on base. And the Cardinals, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 6 men left on base. Seems like whenever I do a Cardinal game on YouTube here, the Cardinals forget how to hit. So I should do every game. I should do every Cardinal game, put it on YouTube. Because they won't get so lucky then, it seems like. But anyway, this is King Boo signing off for this exciting game. The final score, Houston 2, St. Louis nothing. And we see in the stand, well, I haven't saved it yet, so maybe I should save it. So just so you can see the up-to-date standings, I go 0-8-21. I put the score in here. Houston 2, Cardinals nothing. And there's no saves because Nolan Ryan didn't have any relievers. He had lots of them available, but couldn't use them. So now we can see the up-to-date standings. Cardinals are now 1.5 games ahead of Montreal, 6 games ahead of Philadelphia. What a race we're going to have here the rest of the way in National League and the American League East as well. Is just Toronto's fading fast. Milwaukee is just playing incredible. As I've said in previous videos, they were 14.5 games back at the All-Star break, and now they're a game and a half back, going for the three-peat of the American League champions. They're the two-time American League champions and going for the third here in 1983. And in the National League West, Houston has once again gotten to a tie with Atlanta. San Francisco only 2 games back, and the Dodgers 4.5 games back. We've got some great races coming up, and I'll keep you posted on what happens. But until then, this is King Boo signing off. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.